Good morning, my friends. This is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis where I have been journeying through my 40s and working so hard to get my poop in a group. Y'all, in order to do this, I am working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, April the 5th. We're going to be budgeting out my second week of April, and we're going to be doing that in the app that you see behind my head. This is an app called YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. And we're going to be doing that in just a moment with the help of the budget by paycheck by the budget mom. I plan out my budgets in this book about a month ahead of time, give or take. This is like a loose budget, and then when I actually have my money, I use YNAB to digitally cash stuff my money into the categories where I actually need it. I'm not a cash person, so this is my way of cash stuffing. I digitally put the money in the envelopes where I need it to go. If you are a cash person, you probably are more familiar with pulling the money out of the bank and putting it into physical envelopes. That doesn't work for me. My brain is like, cash, let's go blow it. A lot of people are like that with debit cards. Are like, let's just go swipe the card. My money sees the dollars in the checking account, and I see that getting lower, and that scares me. But if I see cash, I don't equate that to realness. So if I leave it in the bank, I'm more likely to leave it in the bank. If I pull it out of the bank, I'll blow it. So I leave my money in the bank, put it into categories here in YNAB, and that's how I do my budgeting. And it has worked so well for me. Um, it may not look like I have a lot. I did a fresh start a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to say to those of y'all who watched that video, first of all, thank you. That video did very well for me, and I appreciate all of the comments and the feedback and the positive feedback. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for that. But when I first put the money at the top, I had over $4,000. I can't remember the exact amount. It was actually pretty close to $5,000, but it was over $4,000. And I know my reaction was, it's not a lot of monies, but it's what I've got. But to me, that was actually just my kind of almost like a disclaimer type of thing. But when I put that money up there, I was actually so proud of myself, y'all, because 3 years ago, when I first started this journey, the idea of having $4,000 to my name was unimaginable. Like actual $4,000 in between paychecks that I just had sitting around in my accounts. I could not have fathomed that. There was no way I would have thought I would have had that. Now, granted, some of that is in a savings account that it would take me a couple of days to get to, and some of that is in a health savings account that is only available to spend on medical funds, but still, that's over $4,000 that I had like as available assets that I still have most of it as available assets that is all thanks to the mind shift that came from budgeting. So, if you are starting a budgeting journey, if you are watching this video to start a budgeting journey, be it YNAB or cash envelopes or just writing it down on a piece of paper because all of these other things cost money, however you're doing it, I highly encourage you to start a budgeting journey because, as somebody who was there just a couple of short years ago, it is life altering. And so, do it however you have to do it. Anyway, that's my spiel. It is 7:33 on a Friday morning, so I have to get started. But fortunately, I don't have a lot to budget today. We budgeted most of it last week. But those of you who are not new, I'm in a slightly different setup. If you watch my health journey, you might have seen that I redid my little desk area. I also work from home, so I have a little desk area that I work at, and I bought myself a new sit to stand desk that sits on top of my desk. I've had one that I've had for years that it didn't work anymore. And once I put it, like stood it in the stand up position, I couldn't put it back down. So I just stopped using it. But it was gigantic. I love that thing. I actually paid quite a lot of money for it. So it was really upsetting to me when it stopped working. But I couldn't use it. So I bought a new one off of Facebook Marketplace. I only paid $30 for it and I love it, but I redid my whole desk area. And after I did that last Saturday afternoon, I realized that I put it where I normally film these videos. And then I was like, I don't know how I'm going to film these videos anymore. So this is kind of a trial. I'm not exactly sure that I'm happy with this setup. Let me know what you think of this angle. It's kind of, I'm at a funny angle. Anybody watch Snatch? Sorry for that hideous accent. But anybody watch Snatch? I love Guy Ritchie movies. Maybe that's not the best. Maybe that might be a hot take, but I love Guy Ritchie. But anyway, Nathan and I quote that to each other all the time, every time. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm wide awake for some reason. I'm like wired. I just had to take allergy pills because my allergies are killing me this morning. And so I'm very rambly. I'm also halfway through my homemade cup of iced coffee. I stuck to my goal of only going to Dutch Brothers 3 times this week. I went on Sunday before church. I went on Tuesday after the gym. And I bought myself and Nathan a coffee. So that was my whole, well, Nathan gets a smoothie from there, but so that was it. That was my whole coffee budget. My coffee on Sunday and then mine and Nathan's on Tuesday after the gym. And that was it. And, but then he bought me one on his way home he had like something, he works for the state and there was some convention going on downtown this week. And he bought me one on his way home the other day. And then that was it. That was my 3. And I was like, no more, I can't have any more. And so I've been just drinking mine from what I bought to make it from home. But it's Friday, y'all, so you know what that means. If I ever get to my budget, I'll refill my coffee budget. Um, okay. Anyway, I'm wired, so I'm sorry. I'm normally very chatty. If you're new, welcome. Super excited you're here. I am normally very chatty. I am not normally this chatty, and I don't know why I'm so chatty today. It might be the allergy meds, it might be the coffee, though there is normally coffee. I also just slept. I took a NyQuil last night because, again, allergies, so maybe I just slept last night. Anyway, I'm going to shrink myself up into the corner so we can start budgeting. We only have a couple of things. I only have one bill, my normal, and then just a couple of sinking funds that I couldn't fit in last week because I ran out of lines. I also want to talk to y'all before I do that. Y'all, the most exciting thing, okay, it's not the most exciting thing, but it's pretty really exciting for me. It's very exciting for me because I don't know how many of y'all have YouTube channels. I know some of y'all do. I know quite a few of y'all that have channels. I watch y'all's channels. And if I'm not commenting on your channels, let me know that you have a channel. Like, just, I don't think YouTube will let you leave a link, but if you are viewing me, if you're watching me from your channel, like your name is your channel name, just tell me, hey, I have a channel. You should check it out. And I'll click on your name and I'll go check out your channel. Because I just probably don't know you have a channel because I like to watch y'all and support you if you support me. I like to support people who don't support me, but I like to support you especially if you support me. But anyway, if you have a channel and you have your email address in your channel description, you probably know that you get a lot of like spam people telling you that they want to work with you. And I've been getting them since the very beginning of this channel. Like MLM people that are like, you look at the company, you're like, this is an MLM. No, I don't want to work with you. And games. And you're like, what does this game, this like mobile game about a war have to do with my budgeting, my good midlife crisis? What does this have to do with anything that I do? Why do you think that my people that watch my channel would want to download this game? And I'm sure some of y'all would be interested in the game, but I don't feel how I could work this into telling y'all that I think you would like it. But 2 weeks ago, I had somebody reach out to me that this was the first time that I was like, yes, yes. And the timing of this was so perfect, y'all. So this is not sponsored. They just asked if they could gift me something. And then they asked if I wanted to join their affiliate program. So I haven't had time because, as y'all know, I have been very overwhelmed. I have not had a chance to actually sign up for the affiliate program, but there will be an affiliate link coming soon. But it was Clever Fox. Clever Fox reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in partnering with them. And y'all, I have seen other people partner with them, and I have been very interested in their journals and they have budgeting systems, they have journaling systems, they have so many beautiful products. And I have spent a lot of time looking through their products before, even before they reached out to me. I just never, I'm horrible at making decisions. So when they asked me to pick, like, narrow it down so they could send me something to try out, it was really hard. But because of the stress that I was under, I decided to go with the gratitude journal. And they sent me the gratitude journal. I have not started it yet. I'm going to start that this weekend. I'm going to start gratitude journaling. So I'm going to be documenting this as part of my mental health journey because, as I've mentioned on this channel, like um, on my budgeting videos and in my physical health videos, the amount of stress that I have been under lately is just so overwhelming that I have been having a hard time keeping up with just my daily tasks and also with these videos. So I'm really hopeful that I haven't actually even opened this yet. This is beautiful. I picked this color, but they have many colors, and I'll try to put some videos in here. This is like, it's hardcover, and this is my favorite color, so I picked this one. Um, it's, oh my goodness, it comes with a warranty. It's got today's goals. Today I am grateful for. How am I fortunate? What material possession am I thankful for? Today my affirmation is. And then it's got an evening reflection page. I am so excited to start this. And lessons I learned today, it's got a weekly review, a daily review. I think it's got a monthly review. And this should be 3 months worth of reflection. And I am so excited to start this. And I hope that y'all will join me on these. I'm not going to go through, you know, every single day, but I'm going to try to work this in as part of my mental health and try to start filming some more mental health videos. So I really hope that y'all will join me on that. And once I do have an affiliate link, once I have time to join that, I will link that below. But thank you so much to Clever Fox for reaching out to me and for gifting me this gratitude journal. And if y'all are interested in this, I will post a link once I have it, so you can check out all of the beautiful content that they have. Their journals are gorgeous, and there's basically, if you can think of something that you want to do, they have a journal for it. They have it for meal prep, for fitness, they even have it for end of life planning, which I actually want to get for my mom because it's got like older people don't like technology a lot of times, and so it's passwords and bank accounts and things like that they can just write everything down and put in a safe deposit box or put in a fireproof safe somewhere. And that way, if anything happens, or actually, that'd be good for anybody, um, and have it locked away. As somebody who works for a hospice company, it's not anything you want to think about, but it's important stuff to have. So anyway, once I have that affiliate link, I will post that for y'all. I'll come back and put it in this video. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I know I've been talking about how stressed I was, and the timing of that was just so perfect. So now, for reals, let's start budgeting. I'm going to pause and shrink myself up into the corner. We'll get just this few things that I have to budget out, and then we will go start our Fridays and hopefully have fantastic weekends. Y'all, I get to babysit my baby Jet tonight. I'm so excited. My nephew called me yesterday and asked if I could watch him tonight and tomorrow. So I haven't heard anything more. I hope they're still going to bring him to me, but maybe that's why I'm in such a good mood. Anyway, okay, here comes the budgeting. So, as I said, I don't have a lot to budget, which is good because I only have $443.50 left from last week. I did do $3.31 extra of dining out, But that is because as I mentioned in my health journey, I went and met a friend for a meal. I went to Texas Roadhouse with a good friend, former coworker of mine, and I only see her once every couple of months, and she really likes Texas Roadhouse, and there's one that's about halfway between our two homes. So when we meet up there, and that's a little bit pricier than normal. So I did only eat out the once, but it with tip, by the time you tip on a steak dinner, it does tend to cost a little bit more. So that was worth it to me to just see her and have a nice meal and catch up. So again, a little bit more than I normally would spend, but worth it to see Robin. So I don't think she watches my videos, but in case she does, hey Robin. Groceries, I did end up spending all of the grocery money, but needed it. So and I'll put my extra hundred, not extra, but my $100 for this week. $100 in there. Fun money gets $10 every week. Did not spend last week, so we'll do that. Ecclesial expenses. I did go out for lunch last week after church. As I mentioned, we have a brother who's been a member of my church. This is somebody that I have known my entire life. He was an 18-year-old who just moved to the United States when my parents were newly married and living in Houston. He moved here from Jamaica, and he actually stayed with my parents a little bit when he lived in Houston. I don't know if he was, I don't know. Anyway, he's been because I was obviously a newborn, so I don't remember this, but I've heard stories about him staying with my parents. And he's been very close to my parents. So I always say my dad and my Uncle Mike and Bob. I don't know why I never called him Uncle Bob. Maybe because he was so much younger. But my dad and my Uncle Mike and Bob were like the three musketeers when I was growing up. Like they just all went together in my head. And so Bob, who's a brother in my church, um, his wife has been he married her. He went to Africa a lot to do some, I guess, some missionary work is what you would call it. And he met this woman and they fell in love and they've been married for 4 or 5 years and they've been working on getting her visa. And he travels back and forth. He's retired from one of the airline companies, so he gets free air travel, which is very convenient. So he was able to travel back and forth to visit with her. But anyway, they finally got her visa and they surprised us last week with her being here. And so that was such a wonderful surprise because she's been zooming into our meetings on Sundays, but she hasn't been here. So it was such a wonderful surprise to walk in and see her on Sunday. So we went out to lunch, but I was able to not spend the entire $20. So that was nice. But then we did have some members of our ecclesia, that's what we call our church group. We did have some members of our ecclesia that were not present on Sunday, and so I know that this week they're going to be excited to see her. So they're going to want to go out as well. So we'll probably go out again. So I don't know. This week I'll probably spend the full 20. I don't know if I can do it 2 weeks in a row going out and not spending the full 20. So I am going to for sure put the full 80. Again, that is 60 for the donation and then 20 for the meal out afterwards. $25 for my coffee. And that is it. I don't put anything into the rest of these categories. Gas and self-care only get funded on weeks that I get a paycheck, which is not this week. Pet expenses, household, YouTube expenses, stuff I forgot to budget for, those get filled once a month at the beginning of the month. And that was my last week. Reimbursable expenses, this is when I buy something and somebody has to pay me back. So when I go grocery shopping, if Nathan doesn't go with me and I just pay for the whole thing and he has to pay me back, that's for that. If I buy movie tickets or if I pay for dinner or something and somebody owes me their part of it, that's what this is for. But right now, nobody owes me anything. So you can see that I was finally able to snooze my gifts and giving category because we hit April. So that is now snoozed as indicated by the Z's. What this does is it allows me to move money from this category into another section. Like I sent my niece some money. So I moved $20 from the gifts and giving down to the tip category. My niece's name is Tiffany. But when she was little, we called her Tippy because when she was learning to walk, instead of Tiffy, we called her Tippy because she'd fall over. It's not very original, but we were young. Um, anyway, I called, it's tip for tippy, not tip for like I sent somebody a tip. I was just clarifying that. Anyway, I moved it down there, but it's not asking me for more money, even though $100 is my target and it's only got $80 in there. It's not going to ask me for more because I have snoozed it. So that is one of the features of YNAB that is relatively new. As I'm going through this, if any of this looks interesting to you, if you want to try out YNAB, there is a link in my description box that will get you 30 days, 34 days for free. You don't put any credit card information in. If you want to try it out, there's no obligation. They cannot charge you if you decide you don't want it and they forget to cancel. They can't charge you for it. So you just stop logging in at the end of it and it goes away and it pretends it never happened. If you do like it and you decide to sign up for a subscription to it, then you will get an additional 30 days for free at the end if you've used my link. And as a thank you, they will send me 30 days for free. So you will get 64 days for free. I will get 34 days, 30 days for free, and everybody will have YNAB. And one of the also great things, there's so many great things, so many great things. Check out the videos, the tutorials. They give you so many tutorials. Step by step, they will reach out to you and offer you one-on-one counseling if you need it. Like, I cannot say enough good things about this app. I literally don't have enough time because it's 7:51 and I have to go to work in 9 minutes. But you can have an unlimited number of budgets. So, like before they had YNAB together, which is where you can send a link to your friends or family and let them have their literal own budget with their own login, 5 people can log into your YNAB with their own budgets. They can't see your information. You could see theirs, but you don't have to. Like I gave my niece and one of my nephews their own login. I don't go into their accounts. I don't look at it, but I could, but I don't. But they can't see my information. They can't log in and see my balances. So, but before they had that, you can have 10,000 budgets on here if you want to. So I gave my mom a budget on here. So because I'm already paying some of the bills for my mom. If you're not new, you can see that. You can see it right here. My mom's insurance. I pay my mom's propane bill. I pay my mom's cell phone bill. I pay some bills for my mom. And that's a whole nother story. We can talk about that later if you're new and you're wondering why I do that. But I gave her own budget. So like I created her own budget in here. I create test budgets. You can have a business budget in here. You can have a budget for yourself, a budget for your partner, a budget for your combined finances. I know some other people that I watch, like Just Finance, they have a budget for their combined finances. Well, they're married now. Shay and Haley, they have combined finances, and then they have a budget just strictly for their student loans so that they don't have to look at them every day. You can do as many budgets as you want in here. So, anyway, that's just another feature of it that I love. So, I have a bunch of budgets in here. I was going to show you, but there's too many. I don't have time. Anyway, I have to fund my AFLAC, which is the only bill that I have. It says it's overspent. That's what this one overspent category is. It's not. It's just set to come out today. So because I have a target set, which is where I tell YNAB how much money I want every month or every year or however often I need it and the date that I need it by, it thinks that it's already come out today, and so it's telling me I overspent. And because it comes out of my checking account, it put it in red because it's like, hey, you overspent this in an account that is like gonna impact your budget. If this had come off of a credit card, it would put it in yellow and it would say, you overspent this and it's okay, but it's gonna create debt. But because it's coming off of my checking account, it's like, you overspent this and you need to cover this or your budget is going to be inaccurate. But I didn't actually overspend it. It hasn't actually hit my checking account yet. So I'm just going to hit this underfunded button and it's going to fill it exactly what it says it's overspent. 37.57. We are golden. Then the last couple of things I want to fill are just my last couple of sinking funds that I didn't have enough lines for in the Budget Mom paycheck last week. So I want to put my Costco money aside. And so here is where what I have written down does not line up with what I have in YNAB because I did my fresh start. So what I wrote down for Costco is $5.55, but what I'm actually going to fill is $7.50. So I'm going to fill just $7.50 here. My car registration and inspection, which is for my annual car inspection, and then to register it. I live in Texas, in case you're wondering. It's good. It costs me about $100 a year, about $25 for the registration, for the inspection, and about $75 for the registration. Find Me Gluten Free is an app that I use because I have celiac, and it helps me distinguish what is safe for me to eat. So I can open up that app and it'll search for restaurants in my area and show me what other people, how other people have rated local restaurants. So I use it both locally and then also when I'm traveling. And then I am going to go ahead and fill holiday giving, which is back up in my giving. I thought I wasn't filling that until next paycheck, but apparently I am filling that today, and I put $85 every month in here. That is it. I am going to move this $43.18 down into next week. And then next week, when you come back, I will have this $43.18 and a paycheck, and that is what we will budget out for next week's budget. 7:56. I know I talked a lot. I'm sorry. I will try to put some timestamps in here as to where things are. I know that has been requested because I know a lot of y'all like my rambling, but some people just want to watch the budget, and I appreciate that. All right, y'all. I love you. I am so, so thankful for all of y'all. And thank you for sticking with me through my highs, my lows. I hope you have a fantastic weekend planned. And I hope your April is going swimmingly. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.